Hello and welcome to this lecture. And in this lecture, we will go ahead and learn how we can set the background image for our website using CSS. So what we can actually do is that just as we can set a background color to our website, we can also actually go ahead and set up a background image as well. So in order to set up a background image, we need to understand where exactly that image is going to come from. So for example, let's say if you're building a real website and let's say if you want to add a background image to that particular website, what you have to do is that you have to go ahead and put that image up onto your server, because obviously unless and until that image is present on your server, you won't be able to add that image to your website. So the image is actually a resource which is going to be required by your website, and henceforth that resource should actually be present on your server. So right now we are not working with servers yet. So how exactly are we going to add image to our website? So one interesting thing which you can do over here is that even if the image is not hosted on your server, you can use images which are hosted on someone else's server. So for example, you can simply go ahead and search for an image on the internet, and once you have the path of that particular image, you can use the path or the URL of that image to add it up onto your site. So let's see how exactly that thing is going to work out. So let me just open up Google, and we are actually going to search for an image. So simply go ahead and search for, let's say, website background. So when you go ahead and search for website background, you're going to get a bunch of options in here. So simply go to images, and let's say if you want to choose any particular image, so most probably choose an image which actually suits your website's resolution. So I guess 1280 by 720p would be a nice resolution. So now you simply have to right click and open this image in a new tab. So as soon as you open this image in a new tab, this particular address which you get right here is nothing but the address of this image on the internet, which means that this particular image is actually present on a server at this particular location, which means we can simply copy this address and we can use this image as and when you want. But just make sure that the image which you're using is not copyright protected and you do have the rights to use that image. So this is just for the sake of an example. I'm just going to go ahead and show you how exactly this works. So now once we have that image, in order to add that image as a background of our website, the CSS property which we will be using is the background image property. So in order to add that up over here, I can simply type in background image, and in here we just need to specify the URL. So we type in URL stating that we are going to add in a URL in here, and give double quotes over here and just paste the URL which you have copied. So I'll just paste it over here and end the statement with a semicolon. Save the code, and then you are good to go. So now if you go back to your website and hit refresh, now you have this particular image as your background. So that's how you can actually go ahead and set up a background image for your website. But just make sure that any image which you select is going to be of a proper size, because what happens is that, let's say if you select some other image which is of a lesser size. So let's say we choose this particular image which is 600 by 350. So the 600 by 350 area image is only going to cover a certain portion of your website, and the rest of the part of your website is going to stay empty. So just make sure that whatever image you're choosing actually fits your monitor screen or your computer screen, and you should be good to go. So that's it for this lecture. Hopefully you guys were able to understand how to add background images using CSS. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.